Beautiful ignited souls, we are ready for a new creation. I believe I can fly. Okay, this is the gods. The gods are just having a ball. I am there with them. And typically, like if you're having a party and the music is going, I do not need a drink to start. I am going to have fun. I am going to dance. And so I am dancing with the gods right now. I am having fun with them right now. All I ask is that they keep me safe because I know that the gods are kind of like that. You're having fun and then they they just might trip you because you had not attended to the timing of being somewhere else or doing something else. They're kind of like that. Trust me, it's like you see it in the movies, like someone's going about their business quite happy, or they didn't have time to say a good goodbye to their children, taking them to school or rush and so on. However, they get into some bump into someone where they actually have to stop and say, oh, okay, and spend the time, of course, or have an accident, then the police comes, then it takes time that you have to take your registration, exchange the details and so on. This is the gods. They are saying pay attention, they are telling you to just be present, because this is why they say this is what the gods do. And this is, remember, I talk about, this is what we are talking about, language. And it's as if the gods are taking me on a spiral, a spiral ride, because I know in my mind what I want to say, but each time I come to do the presentation, they are showing me something else. They are showing me like this, like this, like this. This is what they are showing me, like my glasses. Okay. And it's like they say, no, I want you to go, it's like a whirlwind going within. Okay. So they want us to be present, talk of present, because present, they want us to do this because they are actually serpent. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay, so speak of language, and I've got the two serpents on my screen as well. Language, LAN. We got. Oh, let's stick with this here. Yeah. So we have language, which is that we have seen it as Christ. We have seen it as, you know, pyramid. I have a list. I probably will put it up. I said this before. Well, okay. Put up like a list. I did actually list of things that come to five. So we have like pyramid, Christ, Kundalini, universe, key, anchor, and your cells, the cell in your body, SELL, which is eight. This actually is for 6 plus 5, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is actually 5 as well. So the gods are in our cells. This is so important we understand that. And they have given us language, which also equals 5. So 3 plus 2. So when we look at 3, for instance, is like this. This is how the gods come in. They show us they come in this format. They also show us they come into like TWO, which is 13. So they are actually 13, and if we were to add this, is actually 6. So they are saying they are in all of creation. They are showing that they are in Genesis, GENESIS, which equals 33. 33 is 6. So they are showing us their makeup, that they are not only in 5, because they are telling us as well 5 has a hidden aspect to it. Like even when we do the numerical value for 5, which is 6 6945 is 24, and it shows us that it's not a hidden, it's an extended aspect of itself. So 5 is actually 6. Okay. And language. So let's look at, and I'm hoping that I will complete the introduction on language here. But what I thought I would do is to extract all the essence of language that the gods have given us. Then we can understand the significance of the message that they have given us by letting us know. This is a download that I got in maybe more than one episode, that every symbol in the Holy Bible is within our makeup. And one of the things for those who are seekers of the truth that is within them, one of those aspects is to deconstruct this. And but they have given me a prescription, if you like, and there are other formats, but there is a prescribed method of discovering yourself, your makeup, in this. This is mind-blowing, people, and so delicious. Okay. And basically, the it goes in different ways, but to give you some insight, which I have done videos on, is that the words that seem very insignificant, like on, for instance, the first italic word in Genesis of chapter 1, verse okay, Genesis of chapter 1. Of course, we have to have matching. Well, this is okay too. Oh, yeah, I must say, I can see. Okay, so, of course, let there be light. The first word, it'd be interesting to see the first word, which I have done, but it's okay. So in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void. Darkness was. This is so delicious. In fact, I have been working on the second part of my prescribed manner of a deeper level of understanding with the word was. And now I have read it, I understand the essence of it. So, here, this is, oh, WAS, that's correct. So, when we read all this, which perhaps is about the 17th letter or word or something, interesting. Oh, God. Yeah. Let's see. At what number does this come? I'm thinking it is 17, and it's just, I may be the 17th. Let's just see. I know the first verse is 10, so let's cut through the chase. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the 11th. So 10 and 11 is 21. So there we have the 111, which is 3. And then we see how 3 is very symbolic as well. So it comes like, so the first verse is 10, and the next it's the 11th. So basically it's there are 20 words before that. Okay. Right. And 20 is death. This is what I was talking about already. 20 is death. And there we see that the word was is telling us, it's actually telling us about that new creation. It's saying there was something before. If there was something before, what is that something like? It is as whatever that was. And it's saying that this W, this is what the gods are doing. I want to speak about language. They are saying this W is like 7, the 2 sevens, or your double. that is 2U, because the word double actually equals 5 as well. They are saying that 7, this is a 7, S-E, let's put 7. Well, we could do it like this. 7 is 20, which is 2, and another 2. So this is very symbolic that there was something, there was a death, there was a catastrophic thing happened, like in 2020. There is the two sevens, would be 2020, of course. And this is what's setting a new foundation for 4. 4 is foundation, at the children of Israel here. Okay. And it's saying this new foundation, of course, 7 plus 7 is like as, or as is like this. Say 1, let's I may do another video on this, but just to show you, because 7 is actually 1, which is 6, 5, 5. Adding this together gives us 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So this is a 7 here. The symbol of W is like a 7. And then we have another one, which is the 7. So this is the other 7 here, people. But it is the position. It's actually come together like our two hands. When we pray, of course, we come, this is like 7. This is 7. And this is another 7 come together to form 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this happens in different aspects of our makeup or our bodies. They come together, like the elbow forms a 7 and the other elbow forms a 7. That's how the gods work. You can take this hair, you can take another thing here, you could do all of those things, but there comes a time they come together to do the work that is necessary. And they may even, as you're doing something, knock each other. There may be a moment of disharmony, but you are the one now to really say, come on, let's work this thing together. Okay, so that's what the gods. So I was saying, speaking of language, let's get back on track, that those words, like the first word you have come into the Bible, which was, is also as, and that's why that God, SAW, was very active in the creation. Was also saw. So there is telling us there was also the sight or soaring, like a soul of the fruit, whatever it is that you, whatever. And saw, this is why the God saw it and it was good. When the word good, people, we need to really wake up and understand this. We have been put on a guilt trip, but now, this is the God. They gave us kindergarten story. Now, use the numerology. Then the God saw it. What is it? The God saw it was good. I have to make sure that I've got this correct, because it didn't say the God saw that the fruit was good, but the word fruit actually equals 11, so it's the same thing. And let's see. And God saw, or the woman or saw it was good. My Bible. According to the scriptures, the woman saw that the tree was good. But this is, again, we see that word comes very small. It leans onto a side as if it has no life, italic, and not standing up, because it is put there with the notion of your vibration to give life to it. That's how the italic words in the Bible are. You, the individual, have to give life to it. And that's when you then, that process, for instance, is what qualifies you. Not quite qualifies you, but you are working through your own graduation. Is that or co-creator? You are doing your own mastership because it has been passed on to you. When you become awoken to that reality or understanding, then you understand your position in this realm. So, like Eve, so Eve saw and she saw it was good, that it was, and there was another was. So she saw, or she saw, I think she saw twice. She saw it was, or saw was. Okay, so either she saw or she was, but it's the same thing. Was so, so she saw. Okay, it was good. And but let's look at numerology. This equals 7 and this also equals 7. And this is saying that Eve understood that this was the 14 gods. The 14, okay, you'll say, yeah, but they were given a command. Okay, this command was given to Adam people. This is the God playing God right here. The gods playing gods unfolding. Remember in my previous videos as well, once you hear in the, I have to do another thing on beginning, which I had done before ages, but the word beginning itself tells you in the beginning there was N-I-N, that an everlasting I-N, that tells you there was something that was that had begun and it continued, and it's like having a demarcation of continuum and so on. Oh, I don't know if I've explained this. But this is what the serpent does, and this is why we have all this so because the serpents are doing the dance. This is what the serpents are doing. This is the serpent here. It saw, and it also saw the two serpents. This comes in the W here. Basically, this has become, when it was, it's like showing you this W was actually like an S, was once like an S. It was this rigid thing has to come to this softness so it can traverse your or and enlighten your path the way it's meant to. This sharpness here has to be subtle. You have to learn the different vibration or the different spectrum, the different contours of the serpents. This is why perhaps I'm saying that Moses' serpent was able to swallow Pharaoh's, because Pharaoh's one was kind of rigid, and of course Moses' one, I believe, because going by Pharaoh was hard, was like this, and Moses was like this. So of course this one could break down and swallow this one up. Okay, something happened. Aaron and between Aaron, serpent, and Pharaoh. That's scriptural. That is the story, in case you're not familiar with it, with the children of Israel before leaving Egypt into Canaan. So we had this as number 5, comes to number 5, language. And I'm going to just show some different words that we get from language that really gives us a deeper insight and to letting us know that how we engage in language all the time. Now, before I go on, just like we see the word was, which leans onto a side in the scriptures and like looking lifeless and needing our participation or our perspective to give some life or give some meaning to it, just as we see that, likewise there are utterances within us that we can't really write down. Like we may try, like if someone's in pain or and we groan, you may be able to have a word groan, but to say exactly how the person groan, you can't always. There are deep utterances and deep language within us that is just unique for us and the universe in a certain, it goes in a certain pathway that is not that's not in a scriptural way. It's not writable. I haven't seen that word, but I do make up words sometimes. It's not writable. It's not speakable. It's not spoken. It's uttered in a sort of it's like it takes a shortcut to the maker, to the creator, and only you and that creator can really have that dialogue. Okay, so I just wanted to point this out. This is where we say so within, so without. The very same way that we have this here is the very same way in the scriptures when we see the word was looking like this. We kind of like, we know it has some kind of significance, but we don't quite know exactly what emphasis to put on it. So there, let's look at the first thing that comes to my view is gauge. Gauge, Gauge. So we use language for gauging our perspective or perceptions or concepts or ideas. We use that gauge always in dialogue. I may say something and look for your reaction and then participate on this and so on. It also tells us that there is age or, and we see language in, for instance, we used to write St. Lucia. I come from St. Lucia, and we always had this dot here. And I was kind of surprised when my friend who's a lecturer says, oh, they've taken that dot away a long time. That was when I was writing my books. I realized that that dot did not exist anymore. So age has got some factor, it plays some factor in our language. How things are written, how things are spoken, how things are pronounced, and that goes with an age, an era. Because what is a dot actually that you would want, that people would take time to get rid of this dot in language? Why? And people don't ask themselves this because this dot is perhaps the most significant of all written format or symbol, because it actually gives us an idea when we do the word dot, which is 462. Adding this together gives us 12, which is actually the very first 12 is the sum of where Mother Eve says, let there be light. There be light. Light. That comes to 12. And there was light also comes to 12. There is, the acknowledgement of that, which we see is 12 zodiac signs, 12 hours of the day, 12 months of the year, 12 disciples, and so on. And all of those 12 goes back to age. So we can see that man or whoever is in power or of language are able to manipulate by using this, but it's all scriptural because it was given. Let there be light, and all of those creations were given for a time and season, for days and years. I'm going to put back my other specs because I like the cooling effect that it really gives. I do like it. Oh, definitely. Yeah. So, yeah. Um, so we can see that I was thinking, well, why take off a dot? It's only a dot. But this is how we are shaped all the time, and people have not taken time to understand that language. We are locked in it. We get locked in it. We get shaped in it. We grow through it. And it's so important we acknowledge this aspect of ourselves. It's deep within us. Okay. This is why Sophia, the robot, um, takes time and is exposed to human behavior to actually learn human language. Okay. So language, we have age, AGE, and we have angle, ANGLE. We could say that. It gives us different angles, ANGLE, and angel, ANGGEL. If it's languages, we have angels. Um, we have gang, GANG. Well, yes, they're gangs because that's what a language, if we all speak a certain language to another country speaking different speaking language, people will see us as the gang. You go to Spain and you're in a group and you're speaking English in Spain or somewhere else. The locals could say, well, there's the gang of English people there. Okay. Um, we have an, an to specify something. We have lung, our lungs, LUNG, which is very vital. We can see that language, if it's in your lung, if your lung, which you need because your breath, of course, is, and I'm also seeing how we string, it's also stringing words together, is like the lung. It's like a depiction or a description of the lung in itself, how you string your sentences. So all of these are things that have a very profound effect on us. And I'm seeing gang. We have gang. Okay, if I look at it, this perhaps I should have played a bit more. I did actually. Come to think of it, yes, we have lane. And we have lane. Speaking of stringing things together, we have lane, age, and people can gag you as well. GAG. Reminds me of Lady Gaga. Um, So that's just to give you a little flavor of what I'm talking about. So we can see how the gods really they really impact on our makeup through language and through the scriptures that we have been given. And if you are not a Bible person, like I had taken time out from it, just feeling that it's like the gods are saying there are other words that that I ought to really show you here, but I'm not sure what they're showing right now. Okay, so we have Angel Gang and we have no, N, Nail, oh no, okay, okay, oh, whatever, okay. Um, League, that's what they're showing me. I feel that's what they're showing. Leg, league, Legua, Gue. There's one E. Okay, something to that effect. Okay, so they are showing things here, and basically it's understanding the language that is embedded within us, as we see the correlation of cell and the correlation of anchor of pyramid, Christ, and all of those things are embedded within us, and it's for us to tap into this the makeup of language and unlocking the gods within us, unlock the gods within us through language. And I just felt I had to really put this one out, and there'll be, of course, a series of these, perhaps about 6 videos. May have to do the saw god and cut some. Thank you for watching Beautiful Ignited Souls. In case I had not introduced myself, I am Crime a Queen, your partner in crime, in unearthing, uncovering, discovering all this wonderful deliciousness that the angels now as well and the gods want us to know as we take our lane. It's like being in our lane on the fifth dimension, and we are now ready to transcend. Of course, we are evolving, and we are also being very responsive to their instructions, if you like. The inclination of this teaching that they give, we are saying yes, we are ready to salivate on this. Yes, it's like Adam and Eve in the garden again once more, and now we are ready to eat of that fruit. Yes, and just that we are going to learn from that which we have experienced, the stories that our ancestors tell us. We don't have to be repeating the same thing, but learning through it, and it's like fine tuning our journey as we go along. Thank you. Stay ignited and united.